They won't be rented to, okay.
Just out of curiosity, I have a question going back to number one, if we can, on the site plan. We talked about the spacing between the existing building and the neighbor's line. I'm just curious, what about the distance from the road to the tank itself? About how far in is that going to be?
That's not my favorite.
Well, right off the corner of this building, but
It's back right away.
that doesn't have a dimension on it.
Do you know how far it is now?
I don't think anybody has a dimension on that. No,
What is that property line there, 240, what is that?
the property line, total is 144.
Probably gonna be about 60 foot. From the road right away. 50 to 60.
Basically, it's going to be at the back of the parking area where you could pull up to that one cottage.
Well, it's on the west side, so it'll be in line with that first cottage, which is right up setback there.
Yeah.
Our setback would be 30 foot.
Well, it's
That's the
right
rear line setbacks is what's required.
Okay.
We're 30 in the front, 30 in the back on one.
there. We're a lot further than that.
Yeah. All right.
Because my drain field is where the blacktop stops, and my drain field starts. And it's behind that, yeah, so it's quite an area.
And there's plenty of space for the truck to park when it comes in and drops gas off.
Shall we? Anything else that you can think of, Rose?
No, like I said, the only other issue that we addressed that was not on this particular sheet was requiring some sort of insurance or surety bond. That was the only other issue that we had.
One or the other, we find, but I prefer having the insurance, whether if I deal with bonds all the time, it would stay there. Yeah, I'd rather deal with insurance.
That's fine.
I have one question. Are you guys gonna give some leeway to the 35 foot?
That's fine, but I don't know, because we don't have an actual dimension, I don't know.
And 15 is the minimum.
I think for sure he's going to be beyond that.
For sure he'll be on the 15, I believe, for that side setback. You think possibly you could make this 35?
That'd be awful tight.
That's what I'm saying. Would you like to reduce that to 25, 20?
I don't want to have to make another change.
Correct.
I can deal with a minimum of 20.
Minimum 20?
Now, we're talking about the setback on the tank now.
Right.
Correct.
No, zero.
And how far do you believe in from the pump? The pump from the property line right now, Don?
That's where our interest is. The
That's
tank-
what I'm saying.
About
So
60 foot.
60 foot, so 50 foot minimum there. That way you can't ever all of a sudden one day switch over to the first dock.
No, I got the third dock.
So we want a minimum of 50 foot put in here on the pump. Not the tank, but the pump on the dock,
From the property line.
from the property line.
See, it's 9 foot from his property line to the first dock on that dock side is his. Then the dock is 4 foot, and there's 21.5 foot between each dock, so that's
So 50
like
is,
60 close or whatever.
50-foot minimum setback on the pump needs to be required like under line 13. On the sideline. That makes sense?
So fuel tanks shall be a minimum of 20 foot from the adjacent property line with a 15-foot variance. Because right now it's supposed to be 35.
No, it is supposed to be 15. That's DEQ standard from side setbacks and it's ours.
No, not.
Our ordinance is 35.
Oh, it is 35 on fuel tanks?
Yeah.
Okay.
On anything. Can't remember
No, I
exactly.
remember reading it, but when you sent me that, I read every one of them. It is chapter 15, section 15.7, BB2.
No, this is side yard setbacks in neighborhood commercial, which is what we would consider this, 15 foot.
Yeah, and as part of the special use, it says no building, structure, dock, or parking area which is part of a marina should be located nearer than 35 feet to any lot in the AR, R1, or R2 districts.
Right.
So that's where we got the 35 feet.
Now, this would be questionable, that was above ground. Because then you look at that as a structure, as anything above ground, once it went under. So you're right there. I mean, if you guys can agree to the 20 or whatever, that's up to you as a board, but that's, you have a little leeway on that one.
Do we want to call it variance or just state 20 feet?
20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. How are we going to get all of this into a motion?
Steve, I can give you a suggestion here. Is what we're looking for is a motion to allow the expansion of a non-conforming use, to allow the installation of a fuel tank, provided the 13 conditions are met that are attached.
As amended.
Well, yeah, the 13, you guys, as you just did them today, they were never formally done before, so you don't have to amend them.
Right.
But as long as these 13 conditions are met, then you will allow the installation, the expansion, or the installation of a fuel tank. Does that make sense to all of you?
Tina, did you write that down or not?
No. Yeah, I made all the notes on my restrictions here.
Do we have any more things to address from the road commission? I know you asked about the distance from the right of way, which I think.
No, I thought he might have been here tonight, but I didn't hear anything back from him today.
I don't remember exactly what. I remember the distance from the right of way. Any other questions?
I think that was his concern, was whether or not we'll be in the way.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants to make sure it's not in the room of the truck, be out of the way.